if you have not watched the multiplying fractions video that I did, then you definitely want to fire that up before you watch the dividing fractions video. I'll probably put that link in the description below. So what happens when you have a fraction and you want to divide it by another fraction? What do? Seems rather intimidating, but once you understand what to do and get the hang of it, it's actually pretty simple. So if I have A divided by B and I want to divide that by C over D, right? I have a fraction and I want to divide by another fraction. What you do is you take the second fraction and you flip it upside down and you multiply. So this is going to be A over B times D over C. Okay? And this is why I had you go back and watch the multiplying fractions video, because when you multiply fractions, it's super simple. You multiply across the top, A times D, you multiply across the bottom, B times C, and you are done. Okay, so just remember, when you're dividing fractions, it winds up being a multiplication problem, which are pretty simple. You just have to flip the second fraction upside down. So let's look at an example with numbers. Let's do 6 over 5 divided by 2 over 20. Now just starting out, I noticed that 2 over 20, that has a common factor of 2 that I can cancel. It gives me 1 over 10, but we'll worry about that in a bit. First, let's just go ahead and get the hang of what is new in this video, which is I want to take that second fraction and flip it upside down like that, and it turns into a multiplication problem. Now I'm going to start worrying about common factors, all right? So maybe I do want to just go for it and say, all right, this is 10 over 1. I cancel 2's out. Now, let's say you didn't see the rest of the simplification, because there are actually more factors that I can cancel in this problem. But it's okay, because as long as you catch it at some point, you'll be fine, okay? 6 times 10 is 60, multiply across the top. 5 times 1 is 5, multiply across the bottom. You get that right there. Now that's not simplified, because both 60 and 5 are divisible by 5, all right? So when I do that, 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 60 12 times, and 12 over 1 is simply 12, all right? So you don't have to do all your canceling in this area right here, nor do you have to do it all in here. You just have to do it at some point, all right? As long as you're correct in it and you cancel factors of the top and bottom correctly, you should get the right answer. All right, let's look at another example. Let's look at 9 over 8 divided by 15 over 28. All right, so it's a division problem, so I need to flip that second fraction upside down and turn this into a multiplication problem. Now, I don't want to have to start worrying about multiplying 8 and 15 and 9 and 28. Those are big numbers. So let's make things easy on ourselves. First, let's note that 4 goes into 8 and 28. 4 goes into 8 twice. 4 goes into 28 7 times. That's why I'm making my numbers smaller and more manageable. And 3 goes into both 9 and 15. 3 goes into 9 3 times. 3 goes into 15 5 times. So this winds up being 3 times 7 on top, which is 21. It winds up being 2 times 5 on the bottom, which is 10. And there you go. 21 and 10 are relatively prime. They don't have any other common factors, and so I'm done with this problem right here. All right? Again, once you understand what to do, just flipping the second fraction upside down, turning this into a multiplication problem, this winds up being no problem at all. So let's do 2 over 34 divided by 8 over 26. All right, we are going to take that second fraction and flip it like so. Now, 2 and 34 have common factors of 2, so that's a 1 right there, that's a 17 right there. Let's see, 26 and 8 both have common factors of 2. I could cancel those right now if I wanted to, like so. And that's pretty much it. So 1 times 13 is 13 on top. 17 times 4, well, that's 34 plus 34. I believe that's 68, like so. Those numbers are relatively prime. I don't think I can cancel anything from the top and bottom there. And so 2 over 34 divided by 8 over 26 is 13 over 68. Not just the number, but a simplified version of that number. So I guess really the only thing left to say is what happens if you have multiple multiplications and divisions. So for example, what if I had 5 over 18 divided by 5 over 24 times 3 over 7. Now remember how multiplication and division work in the order of operations, right? The order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. There's no parentheses here, there's no exponents here, so I don't have to worry about please and the excuse, but I do have to worry about my and dear, multiplication and division. Now since I'm on that level, I go from the left to the right, and I just handle each multiplication and division as I see it, moving left to right. So I'm going to handle these two at first. All right, so this is 5 over 18 times 24 over 5. All right, now we'll worry about this 3 over 7 in a bit. I don't flip both of these things. I only flip this one right here. It's this divided by that. We'll handle that. And then we'll multiply by 3 over 7 as an afterthought. There's some simplifying I can do right now. 5 over 5 is 1. 18 and 24 both have factors of 6. I can cancel 6's out. Like so. All right? And look at that. There's a 3 way over here, and there's a 3 over here. Let's say you didn't see that. All right? Let's say you get all excited to do your multiplication. You do 1 times 4 times 3, which is 12. You do 3 times 1 times 7, which is 21. That is the answer, but that's not the simplified answer because there's a factor of 3 that I can cancel from the top and the bottom. And so 3 goes into 12 4 times, 3 goes into 21 7 times, and that is the numerical answer for that. And as always, I'm going to end with some practice problems. The answers to these problems will be in the description of this video, so you can try these problems and check your work. The only way that you're going to get better at math is if you practice math. And so here's just 3 problems that you can try. Check the description of this video to make sure you got them correct. Make sure you like this video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be coming out with content on a regular basis. I'm really enjoying making these videos. So don't forget to subscribe. Like this video if you liked it. Comment down below. Let me know what you'd like for me to make videos on. I'll be more than happy to not only make you videos, but make problems at the end like this that you can try with answers. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time.